Hello and welcome to TechBrits, where today we're going to be talking about whether Blackberry actually done enough to revamp their brand.
We're also going to be talking about the new YouTube layouts, particularly on channels.
And finally, we're going to be talking about some of our predictions for MWC. So, kicking off with Blackberry, obviously I made a video last week on the Z10 and some of the announced features. What did you think of some of them?
I thought, the Blackberry, we thought it was all dead in the water, but I think they've done kind of a good job. Like we keep saying, I kind of still agree it's a little too late to the game, but we can only see how it's going to go. I've spoken to some people who have had the chance to actually get hands-on with it, and they have said, it's a very nice device, and overall, it stands a chance-ish.
I do think that it will in the business market. I had a chance to get hands-on with this the other day, and it's a very sleek device. It's very nice. I was very impressed when they first gave it to me. But I still think that the interface is very bland, very boring, even more so than the iPhone.
Wow.
It has a great gesture interface, and it's fantastic for business. I still think it will be one of the best business phones out there. And I mean, that's like their main market. But I think for sort of casual consumers, I mean, a lot of teenagers always liked Blackberry for BBM and that sort of thing.
I mean, BBM's got video now.
Yeah, I mean, BBM's got video, but then nearly every other phone has Skype and just about everything. So there's no real sort of unique feature there to appeal to the casual market as such.
I mean, while we're on the subject of Blackberry, they have also, because Super Bowl was the last weekend in the US, and they also bought a 30-second spot in the adverts. And
we tried, but got outbid every time.
Yeah, every time. But the Super Bowl spot was interesting. It was a man playing with the Z10, and he caught on fire. Yeah,
that's great advertising. Sets you on fire. At least it's like the iPhone; it blows up in your pocket.
He kept walking, and he got giant legs that broke fire hydrants.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared and ended up in a sewer. And then he turned, like the last one though, he turned an oil truck into rubber ducks.
Yeah.
And then the closing caption was, in 30 seconds it's easier to tell you what it can't do. Now, I understand where they're going with this advert, but is it really what you want to be doing to try and sort of rebrand yourself and re-get yourself out there? I don't think BlackBerry realise they're in as much trouble as they actually are.
The thing is that they're trying to make themselves look cool with this advert. They're trying to modernise themselves. Obviously, they changed the name from RIM, age-old name, to Blackberry now.
The research is no longer in motion.
Yeah, it's obviously stopped. But that kind of shows from the Z10. But yeah, I don't know whether it can really appeal to that market that they're looking for.
I mean, the new actual campaign, which we also had a look at, that launched in Canada to start with, and then it's going to the States, that looked a lot better. That looked you could actually see some of the features of the phone. You saw the hub, you saw the photo, the way it takes photos before and after hitting the shutter button, and then you can choose the best one, and sort of the flick up text messaging. Meanwhile, people are in the background. It's sort of a streamline of people doing different activities, and I thought that was a much better advert, and they should have just used that at the Super Bowl.
Because I mean, to be honest, that kind of advert would appeal to business users. But again, Blackberry, especially things like Blackberry Balance, where you can switch between your work and personal phone, I think kind of appeals to the consumer, but yeah, there's no real reason for it.
I mean, I suppose it appeals to the consumer in the fact that, from what I heard from the switchable, what's it called again? The ability to switch
Blackberry Balance.
That's it. The work section can be controlled by your workplace. If you work in a very sensitive work environment and they go, here's a Blackberry, it's your work phone, make sure you're not doing anything that you shouldn't be with the work thing. And the fact that the personal side is still very much in control from you. You very much control that. I think that is a nice way of doing it.
It is, but I think for a lot of people, they still want to carry two phones. Like I said, Blackberry's a great business phone, but I still don't think many people would want to drop their iPhone or their Android.
No, I don't think they'd want to drop a phone, but if they are in a situation where they've got an older Blackberry or an older phone, and they're looking for an upgrade, I think it's not a bad feature.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's sort of the right direction. Again, probably a bit too late. They probably could have done a bit more trying to make a few more USPs, some unique
Yeah, I think that's where they went wrong.
And I mean, up their camera as well. Their camera is like one of the most mediocre cameras released of late, especially in low light.
Let's not talk about low light cameras.
Yeah, let's carry on.
Let's move on.
Let's carry on to a rather big phone event coming up. MWC, Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. So what do we expect? Well, we expect lots of 1080p full HD screen phones. I think I'm actually quite looking forward to it. I thought that they were a bit sort of unneeded, unnecessary, but the more I've seen them and the more I've used them, then I've actually started seeing the pixels now on my Retina iPhone.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of like that thing where you didn't notice it when you're on the 3GS and then you switch to the 4 and you're like, wow. And now these 1080p phones are coming out, you're actually like, it's not obviously as extravagant, but you can just see the edges.
Yeah, but I suppose. I mean, I'm still in the camp of, do we really need them?
You're still in the camp of,
still in the camp of crappy eyes. But I think what's really interesting is the fact that HTC's having their event just before it.
Yes.
Very Apple move.
Yeah, they've taken hits at Nokia, basically. Obviously, Nokia have been renowned for their camera tech and well praised, again, especially in low light situations. Don't want to make that comparison, but the 920 is the best in low light. Nokia drummed that into you enough. But HTC are supposed to be bringing out their new flagship, the M7. Now, the M7 is supposed to have ultra pixels. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of like what Nokia actually do in their PureView camera. And it will essentially, if I get this right, I think it's supposed to take 4 separate 8 megapixel shots from the same sensor and then combine them into one ultra image.
It's clever.
Thing.
So it's cheaper on components and just.
And I mean that is a USP.
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a few apps on iOS back in the day that tried to do stuff like that. Back in the 2 megapixel days on the old iPhone 3G, where you take a photo and then just combine them all and make a high-res photo. Yeah. Will it work?
I don't know. I think it's got a good chance. But then Nokia are pretty much. I think they actually are opening MWC with their own conference. Probably go guns blazing there as well.
It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be. I think what people forget is the fact that all these companies have their separate events. Apple's got their event, HTC's got their event, Blackberry's got their event. But then you've also got MWC, which is these are where a lot of people. I think Motorola. Is that MWC most years?
Samsung will be.
Samsung.
Probably. But again, that's the problem with these events is that people are moving to their own controlled events.
I don't think that's a problem from a consumer standpoint, sort of someone who wants to just buy phones.
No, but sort of if you want to go to these events, I wanted to go to CES and MWC next year. Again, a lot of these big companies are pulling out, so a lot of the big announcements they see in their own events, which they can control.
You can just go to that.
You can just go to that. Yeah.
It does mean more travelling.
Yeah.
Finally, we want to talk about the YouTube layout. Now, you may have noticed we
are on YouTube
filming. Yeah, as of filming this, we haven't got it yet. But as of going up, we don't know. But YouTube is rolling out a new channel layout. They've been rolling out new layouts for months and months. We had Cosmic Panda back a couple of years ago now. But they've been rolling out different layouts, and they've released a new channel layout, which is very Facebook-esque. You would say?
I don't know.
You get a banner by default.
It's more like Google Plus.
That's
why they're trying to move it in line.
That's probably what I should have said.
Well, I can sort of see where it comes from. It's very white, minimalistic, simplistic. I actually really like it.
I prefer it to how we've gotten it now, but I still don't like it.
One cool actual new feature that's coming with it is trailers. So basically, if someone's not subscribed to you, we hope you guys are, but we can make a trailer playing, getting down on our knees and saying why you should subscribe to us. And so it's quite good.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting trailers.
Yeah.
Just from comic channels, especially comic vloggers. They'll probably do stuff just please subscribe. That will be the video.
I think we'll try and be a bit more creative than that.
We hopefully will.
We'll try and set something up.
I think I've already got an idea, which I'll talk to you after the shoot.
Brilliant.
But they also announced that you can now actually put different, like at the moment you've got uploads, you've got playlists. Essentially, that's all you can really click on. In the future, you've got uploads and playlists, but you can also add different things. So you can tag a playlist, and then you can add that tag. So you can tag several playlists, and then add the tag. For example, on my other channel, I do a thing called 1 Minute in Time, and I could tag all the 1 Minute in Time playlists as 1 Minute in Time, and then add a thing at the bottom, which is the 1 Minute in Time playlist, which would be all the playlists that have that tag name. And you can add as many as you want. You can add whatever tags you want. You can do it either horizontal or vertical. I've had a look at the new layout. The one thing, sorry, I have to lean forward there. The one thing I wish YouTube got into their heads is open bracket, center, close bracket, open bracket, center slash center, close bracket. Centralize it, because it's still aligned to the left.
Especially on bigger, higher resolution ones.
Yeah.
Any comments about Blackberry, shove below. Any comments about MWC, shove below. You're getting the gist. Any comments about YouTube layout,
shove below.
Yeah. All contact details in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and ciao.
Ciao.